You have reached the voicemail box of
Kino.
Just wait for the tone. The person you're trying to reach is not available right now. If you need further assistance, enter pound now.
Please leave your name, number, and a message after the tone.
Goodbye.
not exactly clear whether they even truly exist or could be shown to in the physical.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm probably going to mispronounce this because I always do. Kowai joins us.
No, that was good. It's just Kowai, yeah.
And I half hiccuped and stumbled over myself when I was saying it. I was like, "You're gonna say it wrong, so don't say it." No, I have to say it though. I'm the host. This is my job. I might suck at it, but I still have to do it.
I mean, it's better than the way PA pronounces it. We know that.
Fair enough. I mean, at least I tried.
Nah, you did great. So, yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for joining. Let's say hi to the chat real quick. Hello, Gator Puppet 28. Hello, Rando Carizian. And Kawhi, of course. Hello, Hair Raising Narratives. And Derringer. That's everyone so far. Hi, guys.
So shout out to everyone who lives on the West Coast. I'm out here in California, so for all of you who are awake at 7 a.m., I got much respect for that.
I don't think any of these people are. Rando lives on the East Coast. Derringer lives somewhere in the middle. I've got no clue where Gator Puppet. And Hair Raising lives in Texas.
I miss Gator said I miss California so much. Oh, that's a shame. I get that. Oh, Derringer's on the West Coast. All right, dope.
No, he's not. He's lying. He's like we're in the middle.
We haven't been on chat for 2 whole minutes and we're already dealing with lies.
Derringer's really good for that. Miss Creepy Tales. She's so far west. She goes across that time border and it's evening there for her.
Oh, good evening, Creepy Tales. All right.
Don't fact check that. Yeah, Derringer, I know you too well. You live near where Stormy does, and Stormy lives in the middle of the state somewhere. Derringer and Stormy know each other in real life.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, because I remember Stormy telling me about the time where he left hot dogs accidentally in his car, and Derringer was there when he was like, "That's where they fucking were," and throws these friggin' hot dogs on the ground. That were a day ago, so they were bad because it was the middle of summer.
I mean, it was a hot dog. Those things will last for years. He could have ate it.
No, I'm good. But if me and Stormy... What if me and Stormy eloped to move to California? Only if you took wife with you. If you didn't take wife, Derringer, no sauce.
If y'all do that in California, I'll legally marry you. I don't even care. That's legal out here, so you're good. Oh.
Yeah, Rando lives in Georgia.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was actually originally from Tennessee. I used to visit Georgia a lot, so that's actually pretty cool. I spent most of my life out in Tennessee, but moved out to California about 3 years ago.
What part of California? The north, middle, south?
North.
Okay. So you're closer to where I used to live. I'm actually originally from the Vancouver area, British Columbia, so... Which is basically, Vancouver's basically LA, in a way. Lots of film industry there.
Oh, nice. We got another Tennessee person in chat. What part? Because I was from Chattanooga. That was mostly, Chattanooga area. Kind of hopped around that, but,
He lives in the Tennessee part of Tennessee. Wow.
Yeah, that's... the Tennessee part of Tennessee, yeah, that's the one. My favorite.
I've only been to California once, and that was to go to Disneyland, so... And I was 8. I've not been back.
I've yet to go.
It's expensive.
Yeah, I've done Universal Studios out here. That was fun, but no, I've never been to Never been to Disneyland out here. I'm gonna be real with you. On the East Coast, like if you want like a fun like roller coaster type thing, or like the amusement park, Florida's got us beat. I'm gonna be real. I'd be real. Like, you know, Florida, they got Disney World, and then like their Universal Studios also has like a whole bunch of other things that like the one out here doesn't have. So
I went to that.
Yeah.
I went to that Universal Studio. I went to the Harry Potter stuff there, and Disney World. But I don't like Disney World as much as Disneyland.
I feel that. I mean, the last time I was at Disney World, God, I think I was like in middle school or whatever. Like,
Hello, as the Raven dreams. Good morning. Actually, not that surprised he's awake. The stream keeps buffering. I'm looking at it. I got no warning here. Got no warning here. I'm going to assume, Rando, it's your side. It'd have to be his side, because it's not ours. YouTube is quick to tell me when stuff's going wrong after it's happened. So I'd have big warnings all over my screen right now, like, we are not receiving enough blah 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 or something. Anyone else having problems with the stream at all?
yeah, like is the music too loud, or is it like the volume's good for both of us?
Actually, I just realized. You know what oh, okay, good. The music is playing. Alright. I just looked at a little moment, I was like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, hair raising just asked like, hey, could your voice be a little bit louder?
Yeah, I actually was just noticing that my voice is about the same level as the, oh, yeah, because I forgot that I am streaming and not recording. Hold on. There we go. And that helps.
Yeah, just put your lips like right on the mic. Just right on the mic. Just
hello, we are doing ASMR now.
I'm now cutting your hair. Tappa, 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 tappa.
Yeah, I forgot. I put my gain all the way down when I record because I don't want to pick up all the background noise in my house, and then I forget when I have to do live streaming, I need to bring the gain back up because I got a Blue Yeti. So.
Same. I gotta be careful with that.
I have a midnight Blue Yeti, so it's a blue Yeti.
Oh, okay, nice. I got the blackout one.
Oh, with me, I always wanted that was my dream, to get the blue one.
It's so spooky.
And Raven just informed me I was a bit quiet, and that's okay. I fixed it. Though, I think you guys can now hear the birds. Yeah, I just looked at the music level to my level. I'm like, oh, I'm very quiet. I should change that. I keep forgetting things. No one said I'm a professional. If they did, they lied.
Just two people in a chat knowing what we're doing. I love the t-shirt on Kowai. Thank you. Yeah, that's I actually have a shirt like that in real life. So
Sadly, I had to mirror it because I had to flip your character.
I love it. It's I just love the idea of like, so I just bought like a bootleg shirt like that, and all the letters are backwards.
Looked fine in the picture. I just thought they took a picture with the mirror. Oops. Like that. I always hit this desk. One of these days, I'll get one of those stands that stands up, and then it won't be on the desk anymore. It'll probably be a better idea than what I'm doing. He got it at a flea market. It might be covered in fleas.
Yeah, as someone who has shopped at many a flea market, it wouldn't surprise me to see some shirts like that there. Real talk, like when you find like a good like bootleg thing at a flea market, it can be pretty nice.
I buy my clothes at the secondhand store. So, good morning, King of Canadian Hill. And apparently, Rando is getting a Yeti as well. A blue Yeti, or because they make a few different ones. Because Yeti's the name brand. Actually, King was on here a few Sundays ago. That odd Ontario man that he is. He is on the East Coast as well. It's funny how I remember where most people live. I got the weirdest memory. I mean, PA totally hides where he lives really well. You can never guess which state PA lives in.
What if he just like totally M. Night Shyamalan's us and it was like, yeah, actually I live in Texas, haha, fuck you. Like, Jesus.
Nah, he lives in Pennsylvania. You know, yeah, my memory is really good when it comes to mundane, like, work stuff, because in my head, YouTube's work stuff. But when it comes to my personal life, what'd you have for lunch? What'd you do when you woke up? It's just so funny. Like, my boss will walk up, oh yeah, it's in that box. Like, you go behind the shelf, and then, like, the box to the right, about 2 past the ones up front, you'll find what you're looking for. How do you... Don't ask. See, PA doesn't hide the fact of how he got his name, because it's like your personal assistant is what he writes it off at, but it's because he lives in Philadelphia. Or Pennsylvania. No, he doesn't live in Philadelphia. I get those two get confused. I'm allowed to, I don't live in the States.
I'm happy I never named myself after the state I was residing in, because it'd be really weird being like, yeah, I'm Tennessee whore, where are you from? Well, I'm in California right now. Like, motherfucker, that's 3,000 miles away. That's not even the same district. Oh my god. But yeah, for the longest time, I'll be real, like, with your name, for the longest time I thought like, oh, I guess she's just a really big fan of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah, a lot of people think that. I mean, I've never read them. I watched the movies, which I know Raven is going to kill me. But to be fair, I don't have much time to read. That isn't for work purposes now. But
nope.
Yeah.
No, I totally get that. I do. The few times I do have to read it, mostly just for creepypasta stuff.
Yep. Yeah, and since I'm reading everything, planning association. My whole life is a lie.
Planning association. Oh man. What kind of stories does Kowai do? Mostly short, supernatural type stuff. I've also lately been getting into like a lot of like body horror type stories. So I know some people are just kind of about that, but yeah, kind of got into that, and also like I try my best to do like a monthly 2-sentence horror story thing where I get like the best 2-sentence horror stories of the month and try to put them into one collab video. What's body horror? Basically horror stories where like the human body just does horrible things, like mutation, things falling off, that sort of thing.
Change it into things too, and getting very descriptive about it. I find
yeah, that type of stuff. Like, you know, it's like if you ever watched the film The Thing, like John Carpenter, that's a really great example of like body horror, I would say.
I have to be in the right mindset to be able to handle it. Otherwise, I'm just like, good. No, you can keep that. Here, this is yours.
Yeah, I sometimes get a little like mixed reviews when I release stories like that. Like I have like the handful of people that comment on my videos and they're just like, "Bro, could you not?" And then other people are like, "Yeah, this is great." So it's usually like it's a gamble when I do stories like that.
Yeah, you also could put like in the the title and stuff that it is body horror too, which will make it so people who aren't interested in it will click on it, and the people who can't handle it know not to click on it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I mean I put I don't do it very often. I think I've done it like 3 times now. The last one I did story wise, it was true stories, and it had child pornography in it. So I actually had that as a warning in the front, and just because the other person had put warning, and there was animal carcasses also in the stories. So I was just like, well, since I gotta put one warning up, I might as well just put the second one up too. Because I wouldn't have really done it for the animals, because it wasn't that descriptive. And it was really weird where they found the animals. And also the implications were pretty bad too.
Yeah, I think the story that got the most like response ever did. The story was called "My Skin Won't Stop Growing," and it just got worse and worse the more I read it. Even like while I was reading, I was like, "Man, this is kind of a brutal story. I don't know how people are gonna take this."
Yeah, I mean, it's a fine line. You don't want to put warnings for absolutely everything, but there are certain things you know that some people can't handle. So it's like, here is your warning. My biggest one, when it deals with actual suicide, I put a warning for that. But that's because sometimes I can trigger people, so.
Yeah, and I try not to do that. Like, I get that, like, with these types of stories, like, you know, I think people kind of expect, like, yeah, we're going to be obviously discussing, like,
Yeah.
kind of offensive things, but I like to be a little bit descriptive. People like, hey, look, you know, not everyone's comfortable with certain subjects, so here's just a quick little heads up of what we're going to be talking about.
And sometimes there's just stuff that you can't say without giving stuff away.
Yeah, like King on Canadian Hill. I keep having to prevent myself from saying King of the Cannabis Hill, and I was like, no, I can't, don't do that. But yeah, yeah, I have to warn people of bad puns and jokes and poop humor. Okay. I could see some people get upset with that. Oh, thanks for posting my video in the chat. Yeah, heads up, people. The skin won't stop growing. It's a good story. I like it a lot if you're into like really messed up stuff, but it's pretty brutal. So just a heads up on that.
Don't go in it with your stomach full and your bladder squeamish. You think it's like better, just like.
Yeah, I'm assuming most people are eating breakfast, so like I don't know, maybe.
42 tippy tapping on her keyboard. Tip tip tip. Sorry. Yeah, no, I guess most people are probably eating food right now. I'm just drinking water, so no food in my stomach. I don't have a soft stomach at all.
When 42 is typing, I imagine that cat meme with glasses where the cat is typing. I could see that.
Look, don't judge me.
I like the picture of that one kind of cat meme where like the cat's paws are just violently hitting the keyboard, just like really, really fast, and that's how I like to picture it.
Tip, tip, tap, tip, 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 tap, tap, tip, tip, tap, tap. I'm sorry guys if you're hearing snoring every once in a while. My husband is still sleeping. My computer is in my room. It's the only place I can put it.
Yeah, my girlfriend's sleeping, and thankfully, I have kind of a space like away where I can kind of just do my own thing. But also, she's like one of the heaviest sleepers I've ever known. I am not like that at all. Like, she can just instantly fall asleep. Whereas, like, I'm trying to go to bed. It takes me like an hour just to like get the idea that maybe I'll fall asleep. I'm one of those freaking people. I hate it. It pisses me off so much. Like, she'll just instantly lay down, just like a minute in, just dead asleep. I'm like, fuck, how?
It depends on the day for me. I can be like that if I get really, really tired, but most of the time I'm like, Last night was that.
No, I start thinking about like all the different things in the universe or whatever as soon as I need to go to bed. And I was like, why? Why do I think about these things right before I need to sleep?
Because your brain has decided that it needs a moment to take your attention to something else and not sleep.
Speaking of no sleep, you got any stories coming up anytime soon?
So tomorrow is a bunch of little short stories for family secrets is the theme around it. It's four stories in one video. And then we're gonna finish the basement series, which a lot of people are bringing out their audio for me already. It's got like 3 or 4 parts left, and I'm just gonna do that for Halloween. So for October, I'm gonna be putting out quite a bit of that, and that's about it. And I'm in the middle of writing stories for Halloween right now.
Oh, that's cool.
I finished the one for PA, and now I got the one for myself, so I can narrate it. And I gotta find some true stories, because I don't want to have all fiction for Halloween. I want to have some true ones in there too, because that's creepy. Halloween is like the best time of the year, and yet the worst time of the year, because it's the best time to find the spooky stories, because everyone's being stupid and being spooky.
Yeah, I feel that. Like, I definitely like want to go as fast as I can to find some things that are actually good to read for my channel. I mostly read fiction. I don't really do like real horror story type things. I like stories that are just like so obviously fake type of thing.
I like the ones where there are fiction, but they're kind of written like it happened to someone, because you can actually put yourself in their shoes. Well, if you know like it's definitely not true at all, it's you have to somewhat break your own illusion. But
no, those are definitely good. I think like for the kind of stories I typically go for, I kind of go for like the R.L. Stine approach, where he's like, I like to make stories that are so obviously fake that like kids don't get scared or whatever.
Yeah, because
like they're real.
They weren't scary. I'm trying to think of them. Well, Welcome to Death House was actually really good, or Dead House. Welcome to Dead House, I think it was supposed to be called.
I don't recall that one.
That was actually very first one. It's number 1. It's the first one he ever wrote about the Goosebumps series.
I think my personal favorite Goosebumps one was this one where like this kid like kept going to bed and like waking up in like a different universe type thing.
Ooh,
and it just kept getting worse. It just kept getting worse and worse.
He's just like, I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to go to bed.
Also, I know the 90s show as well. Like, I know a lot of people will probably disagree with me. I think it's still held up, even though I'm probably looking at it with like nostalgia glasses. But it's really nice, like corny, kid horror show. So
Yeah, it was so corny. It was so bad in some ways, but yet so good. I think they did do Welcome to Dead House. I think they did end up doing it. It was a really interesting story, because basically these parents and the kid move into a house, and the kids all would, like, whenever the sun came out of the clouds, all the kids would always go inside, and then you start hearing that, oh yeah, I used to live there too, from everyone. And it turns out, I mean, this story's really old anyways, basically, they're a sacrifice. Some kind of explosion happened where everyone died, and then they bring new in, and they use their energy to stay alive, basically, and then they become like everyone else, and then they just keep doing the cycle over and over again. But they can't be out in the sun and stuff like that. I read this a very long time ago, but I remember that, and I was like, ooh, that's kind of interesting. I like that story idea.
Yeah, I think like that one story I referenced actually kind of got me into like it started sparking my interest in like horror stories that like kind of base around like reality kind of breaking type of thing. Because aside from like body horror, I'm really into like stories where reality around you is just slowly collapsing type of thing and things aren't making sense.
So like Glitch in the Matrix stories we get you, but those
Kind
of more based in reality, supposedly. She says reading them. I find them interesting. It's just some of them I'm like, but did that happen? Are you sure you put your keys down there? And then some of them were like, oh boy. I remember one that Raven read that actually really got me was this woman really loved these one pair of high heel shoes. And this is the only pair of high heel shoes she's ever liked. And all of a sudden they just disappear, and no one can remember her ever wearing these high heel shoes, not a single person. And they were like the only ones she ever wore. And she goes back to find them, and they never existed. I'm like, okay, that's interesting.
Oh, that would actually mess me up, because the thing is, like, a pair of shoes just disappearing, it's so
mundane.
It's so mundane, but the fact like they never existed, that's actually interesting.
I always take story submissions, Gator. I love stories. You just ask that.
Yeah, I'd be willing to also, like, if you got any, like, psychological horror, which, by the way, like, hair-raising, like, yes, like, I'm really into, like, psychological horror type stuff, so, yeah, if you have any kind of stories that are kind of in that kind of style, I'd be willing to check them out.
I just like stories. Like, for the most part, if it's a story, I want to read it, so... Derringer. There was this one story I heard recently where this guy farted really loud and hoped his neighbors heard it so they would find his corpse. Yeah, like yesterday or a couple days ago. It was one of my 2-sentence horrors. I farted so loud. I thought I'd wake the neighbors. I sure hope I did so they can find me. Literally, I named the 2-sentence horrors to farts because there's 2 stories of farts in it.
I love the premise of that, because imagine, you know, you fart so loud that your neighbors come over and they're like, what the fuck is going on over here? Like, that's just a weird scenario.
Hair Raising asked, Kowai, is there a reason behind all the purple in your recent thumbnails? Is that like a theme? Question mark.
Yeah, honestly, I just like purple. Like, I don't really have like a deep meaning behind it. I just think like having all of my videos have like a purple look to it. I just like the way that looks.
Look, don't judge people. People like purple. I'm not one of them, but she says purple everything. Actually, I'm starting to like purple more, but that might be because I'm using it so much. King of Canaan Hill, you might say those shoes were a sneaker. Derringer, I saw that and said, what the fuck, 42? About the farts being my 2-cents horror title. I was like, Okay, I got 2 2-sentence horrors that are farts. What am I going to name this? Farts. I have to. It's the rules. Raven said that he took submissions as well, but Gator knows that. And Gator said, well, dead bodies do release I'm a narrator.
I talk English.
I totally talk English.
So I like that As the Raven Dreams posted, yeah, purple is awesome. Funny enough, As the Raven Dreams was actually one of my inspirations for kind of doing a bunch of purple thumbnails. I saw like his kind of like style and all that. I was like, oh, I wonder if I actually decided to kind of incorporate purple into my thumbnails. Like once I kind of like saw like how he was incorporating his. And so yeah, that I actually appreciate him posting that. Which, by the way, go check out As the Raven Dreams if you've not. The stories are great.
They are. They're awesome. And he just did finish the series that Ray Beeman did, and it was freaking amazing. You need to start from the beginning. Oh my god, that was such a good story. Like a set of stories. It was a little series. I think it was like 4 stories altogether. The last one's over an hour long though. So grab yourself a tea or a coffee, because you're going to be there for a while.
Yeah, for me, with the kind of videos I typically do, I typically like to keep them under 10 minutes. And that's honestly kind of mostly just because, like, I'll be real, I have like a full-time job. And I tend to go for short horror stories because like that's usually like just what I have time to do.
Fair. They are a lot of work. My min's 20, but that's because I know, at least it used to be like this. I don't know if YouTube's changed things. You can't monetize anything under 10 minutes. At least that's how it used to be. It might be different now.
Yeah, plus like I'll be real, like I was just looking up a bunch of like how to get like more, you know, views type of things, and typically it's like, yeah, you can try to make your videos like about 10 minutes or so. It's like, okay, I'll try to aim for that, because it used to be my stories were like short, like 2 minutes long type videos. And I was like, I could probably aim a little higher.
Apparently it's 9 stories. I was wrong. Oh my god.
42, you were wrong.
I'm wrong. Yes, excrement. I know, but I gave up trying to say it, Gator. My brain went, nope, you aren't saying that. You can read it, but you ain't saying it out loud.
It really kills me how many people in the creepypasta community just don't word good.
To be fair, I'm dyslexic. I'm allowed. Back in 1990.
Do the opposite of what I do to get more views or what King of the Canadian Hill. Okay, I will base that. Like, just check out your channel and be like, okay, what is he doing? I will do the opposite. All right.
Do not review story or movies that are only filmed in Ontario. That's what he does.
That's oddly specific. All right.
It is oddly specific, but that's what he does. He like shortens them up and like tells you the story. But they're only of like ones from in Ontario, so.
Okay, actually that actually sounds kind of interesting.
There, he throws little jokes in there too, I think, if I remember correctly.
King, I'm sorry to break your 69 subscribers, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with a subscribe.
Wait, King, you're at 69. You didn't take a picture of it and post it online. Jeez, shame. Darren True, you're younger than me. Oh, you can't run mid-rolls if it's under 10. Okay, that's what it was. Alright. Raven will definitely be more knowing than me, because he actually, you know, can make money, because he's over 1,000 subscribers. I mean, he's almost at 5,000. And if anyone is here who hasn't subscribed to As the Raven Dreams, go do that and put him at 5,000.
5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. 5,000
He's 100 away. There's a baby. Now I'm not trying to push people towards Raven and make him go to 5K. I mean, we're not gonna hit. What was the goal he had to do a face reveal? I think it was 100,000 before the end of the year. We're not making that. So.
100,000. Oh man, that's a lot.
I think that's what he said, or was it 20,000? I can't remember what he said. It was not something we could do. So I forgot on purpose. It's fine. I know what he looks like. He looks like a bird. He's a raven. He just wears a nice suit. Make sure that he has his human wife Patience drive him wherever he wants. And he just sits in the passenger seat, looking all snug. Again, ravens are actually quite big. They're a lot bigger than people realize. They're not that small of a bird.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like there's a ton of ravens that live in my neighborhood, and sometimes I'll be jogging, and like, oh, these birds are massive.
Oh, they're huge. Absolutely huge. 10K by the end of the year for a face reveal. Yeah, we are 5,100 away. We have 4 months, 3 months ish. To get him there, for you guys to see what his face looks like. Again, I know what he looks like. He's a bird. He is a raven. He wears a nice suit. And anything, if I find out otherwise, I'm gonna be so upset. I might be like Lulu and be pupset. Which is what we say whenever my dog looks at you upset. She's pupset. She's not really upset. She's just pouting.
Oh, that thing that dogs do. Yeah, I'm gonna be bummed out if like Raven starts filming and it's just like, oh, this is just a human. Lame. like, no, Raven is a bird. It just starts doing live like recordings of birds. It just says it's him. It'd be awesome. It's something I would do. Like, I don't know how many ravens are around his area, so. Welcome back, Gator. I know if when the day comes when I do a vase reveal, I think everyone's gonna be super sad I'm not a purple ghost.
With a Ouija board shirt.
And just head to toe in belts all over my body. Just. Hair raising says, so why'd you get into narrating? It's something I've always been interested in. I've been following like the creepypasta community for like years, and I just thought it'd be a lot of fun and like also like a nice little way to like kind of get started into voice acting. Because voice acting was always something I had been interested in for a while, but never really knew where to start. So I figured like just reading other people's short horror stories would be like a nice way to get into that.
Yeah. And I mean, really, we are doing voice acting. You just narrate at the same time. Because whenever I read lines for a character, I am acting them out. There's a lot more voice actors than people realize at this point in time. So double what it took me to... Basically, it took Raven 2 years to get to 5K. And I don't think we could get him to another 5K in 4 months. Though, and once you start gaining the subscribers, it just seems to get faster and faster and faster from there.
We just gotta hustle, bustle, and rustle to make it happen.
I mean, about this time last year, I had 40. No joke. Which is kind of staggering in its own way. I am 100% higher than I was last year.
Which is awesome. Like it's kind of weird. Like I'm coming up on 500, and I'm pretty happy about that.
Halfway to that 1,000. And it seems like after you get that 1,000, things get a bit faster because I think YouTube starts pushing you a little more. Because they want to make money off of you. Like, ooh, now you can make money for us. Let us push your content a little more.
which is pretty nice. Like, that's actually exciting. It's just kind of have to get through that rough patch of that first 1,000.
Oh god, it's been a climb and a drag. My least favorite is every time I see it, I lose a subscriber. I'm like, no, what did I do wrong? And then I remember YouTube doesn't, I'm using quotations, doesn't take subscribers away. And I'm like, yeah, they do. They unsubscribe people all the time. Especially when they think it's like a fake subscription. Like they're not actually, they just subscribe to add your numbers or whatever. I don't get it.
Oh yeah, that's heartbreaking when you release a video and like a subscriber drops. It's like,
What did I do wrong?
like, was my voice that bad? Oh my god.
Tell me what I did wrong.
I'll even let you troll me. Come on, just tell me what I did wrong.
Oh yeah, I got my first official troll on TikTok yesterday. And at first, I thought maybe we could have a little conversation. No, I ended up just deleting his comments and blocking him. And was like, okay. Because every time I started doing a little spell mistake, all he did was respond with the spelling mistake being fixed. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I thankfully haven't really had any like troll people. I had one dude try to hit me up out of nowhere for money on Twitter.
That's
that
weird.
was weird. It was something like, hey, I see like you regularly do stories, so I imagine you get paid on YouTube. Can you send me some cash? And I was like, I don't really have cash to be handing out. And he was like, no, you do have money to be passing out. I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and just not continue talking to this guy and just move on with my day. It was just so freaking weird. Like, that wasn't even like a troll. It was more like,
No, you make money, so you should give me the money.
yeah, that's kind of what it was. It was so weird. I was like, this is even like worse than trolling. This is just uncomfortable.
That's so weird. Like, no. You make money, so therefore you should give me your money. But I don't make money. But second of all, I make money, not you.
Yeah, it was very odd. And I was sitting there like, bro, like, even if I was making like good money with this channel, like, I have less than 1,000 subscribers. Like, this is not the jackpot you think you're getting right now, right?
Not
You need to
even
chill.
close. Yeah.
Hitting up my channel is not the get rich quick scheme.
No. Let's get the poor quick scheme. Poor boy, I ain't give you shit. I work hard for that money. And I did try to play with him a little bit hair raising, but it was kind of boring after a while because all he was responding back with was with what spelling mistake I put in that sentence. And like, because he had posted, I have never heard something badly read as you or something like that. It was something like that. And it was just like something, not someone. And it was very poorly constructed. So I'm like, so I responded with like him just insinuating he's a troll. And then I'm like, he's like, well, why are you mad? And I'm like, because of what you said. And also I had to piece it together because you said something, not someone. Like, and he was just like I put not instead of no, and he's like, no, like put a no instead of the word not. And I'm like, okay, I'm done with you. It was annoying.
Yeah, that just sounds boring. I'm glad you dipped out of that. So that's all you can really do. That's like, honestly, just the best thing to do is just kind of just block him and just move on.
Exactly. And he liked the video. I don't understand.
I just picture this guy just sitting down like, God, I hate this video so much. Can't wait to watch it later. Just be mad. Just be fucking mad.
Oh yeah, and he was some kid. Like, he had some TikToks and you can see what he looked like. I'm like, oh my god, you're like 14. Shove off.
I'm 12 and what is this?
Yeah. Hello, I see you were alive. Please send cash.
Send me. No, it's not scam. Trust me, I'm a dolphin. No. Raven. We know damn well you're not a dolphin.
No, it was me. I was checking TikTok to see if anything had popped up. It hadn't. But, I mean, my TikTok actually, first thing this morning, has already views, which normally it takes like till noon till I get views on TikTok. That's my bad. Sorry, guys. This is my problem with TikTok. Like, it automatically just starts playing stuff, unlike YouTube, where you have to, like, click on a video first. So. Apparently, Rando needs to sell some chickens. Yeah, my TikTok, I'm at 300 and... Hold on, I was gonna do it again. Sorry. 330 subscribers. And I started like 3 months ago. I mean, I wish YouTube was as fast.
Yeah, no, that's actually a pretty crazy amount of like subscribers in a short amount of time.
God, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think many people are doing what I'm doing on TikTok, so I'm getting all the people. And like my least favorite thing is, so the guy's telling me that I'm this like terrible writer and or reader, and I'm like, every single author has absolutely loved how I'm reading their 2-sentence horrors. I've had countless go, oh my god, you read that so well, oh my god, you brought it to life perfectly, and I'm like, so you don't understand what I'm reading. You don't understand it's horror, so it needs to be slower and more drawn out. That's the point. It's supposed to be drawn out a little bit, and I'm just like, so I was just like, you know, it maybe have a little poking fun at him, but after a certain point, it's just like, oh my god, this is not fun. Like, you're boring.
I'm about to speed run this horror story. Like, come on. Yo, I actually wanted to respond to this thing that Gator just said. That "give me your money" guy sounds like people you encounter on Hollywood Walk of Fame. So, okay, so personal story about that. I actually went to Hollywood Walk of Fame like a while back. So I didn't really encounter too many people like in LA area that were that bad, really. But weirdly enough, I actually feel like it was worse in San Francisco. I think one of the crazy experiences I had a homeless guy be like, "Hey, look, do you have any money that I could ask?" I was like, "No, sorry, you know, I only have all my money on my card." And then he just drops the heaviest shit I've ever heard a homeless person say to me. He said, well, God doesn't love you. I was like, damn, I gotta go. Have a good day. That was, so yeah, I would say the beggars in San Francisco are much worse, at least from my personal experience.
They're brutal. Oh my god.
That was rough. I was just like, it was like 11 in the morning. I was just like getting my day, kind of rushing, hanging out with friends, like, and just like, oh, you're not gonna give me money, man. God doesn't love you. Like, damn, shit.
Apparently Gator's at 14K on TikTok. That's freaking amazing, man. But I don't know if I wanted to say it before I forgot. I just think I would just stop, stare at him, going, really? But I have a house and a roof over my head, and you're on the street. Who doesn't love who now? Walk away. Yo, San Francisco is a madhouse.
I had a homeless guy sell me his mixtape. That was something. Yeah, that, I'll be real, like, that was one of the things I always hated, was like going through there, and I get, you know, having like rappers just randomly run up, "Hey, you want to buy my mixtape?" Like, dude, there's gotta be better ways to do this.
Damn, 42 is a savage. I'm sorry. Some random guy asks me for money and then informs me that a god doesn't love me, but I have the money. He doesn't. The math doesn't coincide with each other. Look, I actually probably would just like, sorry, and then walk away because I'm Canadian. Rule 1, say sorry. Rule 2, say sorry again. Rule 3, say I'm sorry, and then walk away. In Toronto, I got some great CDs from homeless people.
My dad bought Titanic 2 from a homeless guy in a parking lot one time, and I'll never forget when he brought it home. And I was like, "Dad, you bought the second Titanic movie?" from a guy who was like, "Yeah, man, I got it. It's great." And
How did the
was
first
like,
movie end?
I don't really fully remember it, Dab. I feel like it didn't end well the first time around. I don't know how you're gonna continue from this. And I don't even know. I remember watching it like briefly. It was Titanic, but like the Titanic was a submarine, and I think it was like a weird like very like straight to DVD sci-fi film. And I was just like, Dad, what the fuck did you buy this for? Why did you buy this movie?
Titanic 2, the second Boogaloo.
Exactly. It wasn't as good as the animated Titanic film.
Oh god. Oh my god. I think I've seen a few horror stories of some animated Titanic movies. A homeless guy tried to get my attention, and when I didn't respond, he started trying to get my attention by yelling insults at me. Then stood in front of my car and asked me for a ride.
So did you give it to him, or were you just rude and didn't say no?
Yeah, you need to tell us if you gave him a ride. Gator Puppet, a homeless lady approached me when I walked out a store and asked me to buy her a sandwich. So I talked to her in German and she ran away, calling me an alien. That was a Thursday afternoon, y'all. Titanic 2, when the ship hits Regresni? See, I ruined jokes. Titanic 3, the glacier strikes back. Titanic 4, good day to sink hard. Oh my god.
I love it. We need more Titanic films. I really think that like the saga, it didn't have to end in the first one. Okay, yeah, look, the ship sank, but we could have fiddled something together.
There are so many theories on why that ship sank. It's really interesting. So one of them is apparently coal is one of the worst fuels because it will just combust on its own. It will set on fire itself when it's piled on itself, apparently. Which doesn't seem to be a real thing, but apparently it is. And I'm like, okay. Sail free, die hard, and cold. So the theory is that one of the piles was on fire and was against the hull and caused it to weaken. So when the iceberg hit, it was already weakened. And I mean, the steel wasn't as good as we have nowadays too, which did not help.
So what's one of your... That just makes... Yeah, that doesn't surprise me that there's, like, conspiracy theories around the sinking of the Titanic.
Well, it wasn't even that famous. It wouldn't have been famous if it didn't sink. Because the one that got all the attention was its sister ship. Because she was the main star. The Titanic didn't get fanfare when it was put into the water because the Olympia was the star of the show. It sinking made it famous.
Kind of random question. What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Like, that I might believe, or that I think is bonkers?
Either or. I think, like, I'll start off like my personal favorite. The lottery was created to capture time travelers.
But people win all the time.
That's true. I guess the government just lets them slide. Shit, never mind.
My favorite that I know is not true is that we faked the moon landing. Because I know for a fact we went to the moon twice for two reasons. One, The technology was not there to fake it. They did not have the tech at all. 2, there is a giant mirror up there that you could point a laser at right now and it will reflect back at you. So there's a physical piece on that moon of us being up there. So yeah, we've been to the moon. So the moon doesn't exist. The moon doesn't exist.
You know, like, I know Raven's joking, but like I've actually seen some people online talk about, yeah, so the moon, it doesn't make sense that it exists. It's actually, the moon is actually a giant alien structure that is manipulating the Earth to have life. And they're talking
It's
about
hollow.
Yeah, it's basically hollow because like it's a giant machine that's spinning around the Earth, and and that's what's keeping the Earth alive and giving it like the ability to like grow humans and whatnot.
And Gator, yes, I did watch Adam Ruins Everything as part of it, but also, I mean, the fact that we have a mirror on there kind of screams that too, but yeah. The moon idea was created in the late 1940s as an anti-German propaganda. Yo, Derringer out here spitting facts. Spitting facts, yeah.
It was said to be a weapon that the Germans were going to crash into America to end the war. You know what? I got nothing to argue on that. That's makes sense.
There ain't nothing we can say. Believing in space travel is anti-America because the Russians have been up there. And we only went to the moon. We had this moon, the space race, only to beat the Germans. And funny how no one really talks about going to space as much anymore, eh? Oh god, my favorite conspiracy is that the pyramids are alien landing platforms. Ugh. Or that only aliens could have built them because we were so primitive that we couldn't build them ourselves.
Which is crazy to me because like I've seen videos of like they show like the different techniques of how you can move like boulders that are just massive, even just with one person. It's fairly simple.
Yep. Oh yeah. No, we're smart. We've always been smart. Yes, hair raising. I said A. I do say A. I am Canadian. I have to say A every once in a while, otherwise it will take my card away, and I'm already on a thin line because I don't like hockey. I mean, they keep saying that they're gonna take it away if I don't say A. So.
I feel that every now and then I have to hit people with a yawl to remind people I'm from the South.
Meanwhile, Elon Musk sends 100,000 pizza rolls to support the homeless Martians on Mars. Only an alien can complete the feat. 42, you're basically an American at this point. Yeah, I'm pretty close to it. I mean, I did marry one, so...
Fearsome!
Fearsome!
Yo, how we doing? Nothing like Southern sweet tea. Yes. Yes, and you know what? Gator, you are right. I'm going to say something controversial. Californians don't know how to fucking make sweet tea. It is killing me out here. The first time I ever came out here, I went to In-N-Out because I was so excited to finally eat this burger joint that like everyone was like, yeah, man, we got to do it. You know, and you got to try it. It's like the best burger joint ever. I remember they had those two tea containers. Like clearly one of them has to be sweet tea because that's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
None of them were sweet tea. It really fucked me up because I had never experienced that before. You go to the South, like people have like giant sweet tea and like in pitchers and whatnot, and like they just give it to you like in the truckloads.
You see, so in Canada we don't have sweet tea. You know why?
Why
It's
is
probably
that?
making your eye twitch. Because all iced tea that you buy is already sweetened. We do not have to specify. If you got
what?
iced tea, it is sweet. Yeah. This is what I'm like, I like my sweet tea. And I'm like, what the fuck is sweet tea? What do you mean you buy iced tea without fucking sweetener in it? What fucking monster are you? Yeah, no, all iced tea here is sweetened. There is no, like, sweet tea, because if you bought iced tea, it's sweetened. My husband's dad came up here and asked for iced tea, and he went to go put sugar in, and my husband's like, no, don't do that, Dad. He's like, why? Because it's sweetened already. But I didn't ask for it to be sweetened. Trust me, it's sweetened already. And he took a sip, he's like, holy shit. He was like, yeah, all tea up here is sweet tea.
That's crazy to me. Okay. I'll have
So
to try
guys,
some.
if you ever come to Canada and you order iced tea, do not put sugar in it.
I'll remember that. Especially, it's really bad like when the tea is cold and like people put sugar in it. So like, because that's the argument I hear is like, oh well, if you want your tea to be sweet, why don't you just like put some sugar in it, like after it's made? But then all the sugar goes to the bottom, and you just got like the sugar clump just floating down there. That sooner or later you're gonna get when you get to the bottom of it, and you just get a big gulp of sugar. And then
That's not
fun.
what you want. That's not what you wanted.
It's like, cool, I got sugar paste at the very end. This sucks.
I've done that. I've not mixed my iced tea mix in properly, and all the bottom with all the crystals and the sugar. By the way, there's iced tea mix up here, and it's all sweet. Like, it's all sweet. It's just like, actually, I have California iced tea mix. Which is funny because it's from a Canadian company.
Oh man.
But it's got more citrus to it, so it's got like lemons and limes and stuff added to it, so it's really good. But it's just so freaking funny. I never knew this until like my husband moved up here. He's like, yeah, it's called sweet tea down the south. I'm like, do not order iced tea when I'm down in the States. I'll probably not get what I wanted. Because I have like Nest tea all the time. I hate brisk. Ugh, it's awful.
I love Gator said, "Oh, the South. Random bars on the side of the country highway. Y'all, sweet tea, humid AF, cowboy hats. No snowy winters besides this February, and good old Mississippi. Yep.
No, you don't talk about Mississippi.
Yeah, it doesn't really snow in the South. It just gets really cold, and then you just get sad because it's just fucking cold.
Excuse me, there was snow in Louisiana a couple of years ago. I know this because my mother-in-law lives there, and it's so funny. She was taking pictures, and I'm like, you're screwed. You guys don't know how to deal with that.
And when it does snow, like when it does, it basically just shuts down the whole state. Like that did happen to me like a few years ago in Chattanooga.
Because you guys don't know how to drive in it, you don't know how to deal with it in any way because you're not used to it. Like, there's a different way to drive.
Plus, we don't ever budget for it because we never have to. I mean, like it never ever snows, so we just when it does snow, it's like okay, well, no more south. Everyone go home. The South is over for now.
Also, your houses are designed differently too. You're designed for heat, not cold. Before me and my husband got together, Florida went to negative 30, or not negative, to 32, which is 0 Celsius, and everyone was buying space heaters and all this stuff because they didn't know how to deal with it. And I'm laughing my ass off. I'm like, you guys are freaking out at 0. He's like, yeah, but it gets to like, 30, 40 degrees here with 100% humidity, and, we can deal with that, but you would die. I'm like, fair point.
Derringer, I feel so bad for him. Like, I did a 360 on the highway last year when we got snow. It was fun, and I also screamed the whole time. Oh god, that must have sucked. Well, I'm glad you didn't get hurt. I've never done a 360 on the road, but it's.
I did. I don't. It was a 180. I was turning left to go onto the other road that I needed to, and my car decided to do a whole 180. So I was in the middle of an intersection. Luckily, there was no one around. So I couldn't really go left the way I wanted. So I ended up going right, go down the street, turned around, and went the way I wanted. But God, I had to go as fast as I could because it was just like, I have to go. I'm in the middle of an intersection. Like, you don't have time to think. You just have time to act. And you just want to make sure you're going the right way down the road. Figure out how to turn around later.
Yeah, my personal favorite, like when I had to drive in the snow, like the last time I had to deal with that in Tennessee, so I worked at a call center where I basically fixed computers like all day, and we normally had like a team of like 25 people, but our boss was like, okay, let's just send everyone home that doesn't live in this like tiny little town, like just like walking distance. And I was one of them, and so our team went from like 25 people to like 4, and so like we were basically dealing with the work of like 25 people.
With 4.
Yeah, it was bad. People were calling left and right. We were like, no, I'm sorry, we're so understaffed, like, the whole state is broken. And yeah, so like we had to drive home very, very slowly. I couldn't even tell what lines were on the road. It was that bad.
Yep.
It was like I don't even know if I'm on the road. I was hoping, oh God, I hope a cop doesn't see me, but there's no cops on the road.
No, and the cop isn't going to do anything because the cop knows perfectly well you're having nothing but problems. So in Canada, there's this game called Am I in My Lane? In the middle of winter, because you don't see the lines. You don't know if you're in your lane. Whose lane is it anyways?
And it worked out for me, like kind of being like that, because I used to drive a Chevy Impala, and in Tennessee, like Chevy Impalas are like the typical like undercover cop car. So most people tended to like avoid me when I was driving past them, because it's like, oh, that's probably an undercover cop. Like, no, I'm just a guy who has this car. So even if like someone did see me driving sus on the road, it's like, well, okay, this is a cop, doesn't know what he's doing. I'm gonna leave him alone.
This is more police officer. Did everyone just have a fucking Impala? I want an Impala, but that's for supernatural reasons.
Yeah, no, I just got an Impala because like it was affordable, and I was like, yeah.
It was my second car. So my first car I ever owned was a 2005 Dodge Neon. The second car I ever owned was a 2019 Hyundai Accent hatchback. I traded her in a year later. My third car I ever owned was a Dodge Charger.
Oh, nice.
Which is what's outside my house right now. And the fourth car I ever owned was a 98 Cavalier, which is what I drive to work every day. I know, I took a step back. To be fair, I am paying for the Charger. I got the Cavalier for free. So I ain't complaining. She got like no mileage on her too. It's quite low. For a car that's over 20 years old.
Gator said, I forgot to add, the South. White trucks always within 50 feet away from each other. Yeah, it's always the white trucks.
I own a gunmetal Dodge Charger. 2019.
Worst car I ever had, I had a Saab, like before it got acquired by an American company or whatever. And just a heads up, like I'm 6'3", and those cars are not made for 6'3" individuals. Like it was very, like I'd be driving people around and my knee would be on the freaking steering wheel. It was rough.
Beep beep. Raven owns a Prius.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a 2013 Prius, if I remember correctly. I like my Prius. My dream car is actually a Mustang, weirdly enough.
I live in California now, so allegedly my dream car is a Tesla. Apparently that's what I'm supposed to want. So.
But you don't have to get a Tesla. There's a bunch of other electric cars out there now that are better priced than a Tesla.
Yeah, I just don't see myself ever getting one of those. I think it might just be too much.
Well, I mean, the electric cars are like, of course, we're talking about Canadian money to American money, but like you can get them for like $20K, somewhere in the $20K range. They're not like super unaffordable now. Oh yeah, and then the new electric F-150. When I saw that, I just stared at it and went, well, me and my husband were talking about that recently, where trucks are going to start being electric. Oh my god, there's so many Teslas here. I live in Calgary, and the amount of Teslas I see, and I always know it's a Tesla because it's got no grill. They got no grill. They have no grill. They took the grill away because it doesn't make sense to have the grill. But boy, does it look weird to see a car without a grill. I'm used to them now, but every time I saw, why the fuck doesn't that car have a grill? Oh, it's electric. It doesn't need one. It just needs little tiny intakes for the AC if it needs it. And that's it.
So I actually used to work like down the road where Tesla built those Tesla trucks.
Oh god, did they actually come out?
Not 100% sure, but like it was just weird being so close by them, especially like those are the weirdest cars I've ever seen. Like it really is. It's I kind of want one because it looks like a PS1 graphic car. But I don't know, like I'm really torn on it.
Oh yeah, they do have Cybertrucks. So they did come out trucks.
Dope.
Better utility than a truck with more performance than a sports car. And it looks like it is a Cybertruck. It looks like the pixels didn't go right.
Which I love. I love that so much. I love low polygon stuff.
I don't like it in real life. And also looking at it, it just doesn't look like, okay, well that's nice, but where am I gonna put, like, if I need a truck, I need the hatch, like I need the back. Where's the back? There's no back. This isn't a truck. This isn't friggin' sports car, or not sports car, friggin' no.
I mean, who needs a trunk when I can finally live out my dreams of being inside a Dreamcast game?
Fair enough. But yeah, there's a model, like, yeah, I wasn't sure if they actually came out with it or not. It's just that the lack of grill really just throws me off, man. It drives me up the wall that there's, like, the Model S has a grill, at least a little bit. But like the Model 3, nothing. No grill at all. Model X, okay, it's got a little bit of a grill. But I think I'll see a lot of Model 3s. Model Y, no grill at all. It's just, you can tell there's supposed to be a grill there. It like screams like, put a grill here. It's like this flat part of the car. It's like, yeah, it wants a grill, put a grill.
Hair Raising said, Rando, we need EV trucks in the South, y'all. For us Texan environmentalists. Yeah, all 65 of you are gonna be. No, I'm kidding. I was actually born in Texas, so I'm happy to see some Texas environmentalists.
Okay, so the Cybertruck is supposed to be coming out like 2023, much like after Ford and other releases their EV trucks and others release. So a bunch are coming out. But yeah, no, it's a SUV. That's it. It's not a truck. It's an SUV.
Okay, well, that's not too bad.
Well,
I mean, when
it doesn't have the same amount of truck space though. It's like it does. Look, it's not what you want. It's not even pretty. Like it looks like someone went, okay, I'm gonna scrape some off here, scrape off some there. It doesn't look like it's gonna be air efficient or anything. No electric trucks.
The bed is covered, but it can be removed. Well, that's good. That's something.
Okay. Yeah, but it still looks really small. Like, but then again, that would not be a real truck. That would be probably a rendering of what they thought. I was born in the land of Oz, like where Raven lives. Yeah, I gotta take a tornado down there one day and say hi to him. All tornadoes go to Kansas. It's the rules.
Okay, so I know this is kind of random. So I'm noticing, like, I'm happy to see Fearsome Hero actually, like, in the chat. So I haven't released a video in a while because I'll be real, like, I was job hunting. I just landed a new job, like, this week.
Woo!
So, like, happy about that. So I was only out of job for, like, a month and a half.
Oof.
So not too bad, but nah, like, I landed something, pretty happy with it. Can get back into, like, doing voice acting and all that again. A while back for Lady Spookaria, we did, like, Fearsome and I actually collaborated for, like, a short horror story I wrote. And it was like a birthday celebration thing where, like, hey, it's my birthday, so if you have a short story, submit it and I'll do, like, a big collab thing. I don't know what's going on with that.
She's working on it.
Cool. Yeah, but one of the stories I wrote for her, I'm going to release it on my channel, like, not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday. And Fearsome actually was kind enough to come in and, like, play one of the characters on it, so looking forward to finally dropping that after, like not really posting for a little over a month. So if you want to see Fearsome play a psychopath, please feel free to check out my channel.
Yep, totally play.
Oh yeah. Just it was acting, you know.
yeah. She's such a great actress at being a psychopath. Great actress at it. Fearsome's gonna beat me up later.
Total. Yeah, she has the perfect yandere voice, so I was really happy with that. So.
Fair point. I want you to write more.
Yeah, I'm actually planning on just changing up my channel to where I'm mostly kind of focused on short stories that I write.
Yeah, it's not a bad
So,
idea. That's
yeah,
what
I think
Hair does, actually.
Oh, for real? Okay,
Most that's on Hair's is his own stories that he writes. Actually, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, because mostly I've been wanting to focus more on like psychological horror stuff. So I might have to go ahead and hit that. Might have to just get back on that and focus more on stories like that. Hair raising, I'm definitely going to check out your channel. I appreciate you commenting on here. I like Fearsome. Pretending? Yeah.
And I do? Yes, you play a very good crazy person. I've heard it a couple times.
Yeah, it's like your voice is your voice is chill, but at the same time it's like, this person would kill me. It felt so inclined.
You look very nice today. How are you? You're gonna kill me if I don't say.
Stab it.
Do I look fat in this dress? Oh my god, run!
Oh my god.
Does this make my butt look big? Yes. Everything makes your butt look big, because your butt is big!
Yes, respectfully. But no, I'm happy to get back into it. Like, it sucked having to take a break. Like, full disclosure, like, as like a full-time job, I'm like a software developer. And so, like, a lot of times, like, it's one of those jobs that just, like, takes up a lot of my time. But I try to, like, have, like, good, like, work-life balance.
Yeah, it's hard.
No, it really is. It can be, you know? Like, I'm envious of, like, the younger creepypasta people who, like, yeah, I'm in high school, and I release, like, 35 videos a day. I'm like, fucking how? How do you do this? Whereas with me, like, I might mainly do, like, maybe maybe one story every 2 weeks, give or take.
That's because they have all the time in the world. They don't
Plus,
work, they don't work a full-time job, then have to also make sure that they remember to feed themselves and clean after themselves and take care of their dog.
Oh my god. You yelling at your husband?
No, I was yelling at my dog.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you saw the picture of her attacking me brutally. Like, I was working on a story, and, like, she, like, crawled up into my lap, and I'm like, dog, stop. No. You knocked over my old mic, like, 5 times doing this. Stop it. I don't need the help. This new mic doesn't fall over. It's way too heavy.
The dog wants to be a voice actor. Like, you need to start writing stories where a dog is involved. And I will jump in and I will play the part of the dog. So Gator asks, anyone have a favorite supernatural creature? Actually, I just discovered one like 2 weeks ago that I freaking love. It's this German folklore story where it's basically like the creature is a house with like giant chicken legs. So I guess like the whole thing is like you go into the house and like the house is like the inside of the body and like it'll eat you up, and then it just like runs away, like with its weird giant chicken leg. Like,
Doesn't
bodies.
it normally evolve with the Babadook or whatever with the witch? Because that's her house.
That I'm not sure.
Hold on. Baba, chicken, leg house. Look, it brought it up, okay? I've actually seen what you're talking about before. It's actually quite interesting, but...
Oh wait, I think I might have the story wrong. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, the Baba Yaga.
Yeah, Baba Yaga.
I'm about to butcher that name so hard. Oh my god.
Baba Yaga, I think is how it's pronounced. Yeah, Baba Yaga. Yeah, that's her house. And she has like, she rides on a pestle or something, and...
Oh, also I started looking into like Filipino folklore. A lot of Filipino folklore is like super cool if you've not looked into it.
Trucks, they made them electric HR. Yes, I'm still on this. Sorry, I'm just laughing my ass off.
Wait. Oh my god, we're bringing back the trucks again. Okay.
He sent me a bunch of pictures through a DM of all the electric trucks. I'm like, yeah, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. We need to get away from using as much gas as we are. I would totally go get an electric car if I could. But I bought a charger and I have to pay it off. Baba Yaga is John Wick too. Yeah, but see, it's kind of funny because they named him Baba Yaga, but Baba Yaga is a female. And it doesn't mean boogeyman. They wrongly translated that. It annoys me. Alright, I'm bringing it right back. I just have to go use the washroom. I will just mute myself over here. Before you take that back. I will not take that back for some... Or rando. Sorry. I'll be back.
I've not looked up Baby Yaga. I'm gonna have to check that out. Oh god, I thought you said Baby Yaga, not... Oh my god, never mind. I'm just picturing like a small shed with legs. That's pretty much what I pictured when I said, okay. Baby Yaga, that'd be a cute little short horror story. Nobody wants to hear me sing. I unfortunately do not know how to do that, but I would like to. No, real talk. Like, actually, Baby Yaga would actually be like a fun spin-off on that. Like, it would be fun, like making a short story where you actually basically have like just the tiniest little shed, but like the shed is like could eat people. That would be fun. Derringer said, "You're the Kowai Poltergeist." Yep, no one poltergeist as much as me. I'm the only... Kawhi, tell me... okay, so Fearsome said, Kawhi, tell me you will at least think about extending the story I was in. There's a part of me that's thinking about doing it. I'm really torn. I think it would be fun to have like maybe add like 1 or 2 more parts to it. Yeah, so basically for anyone that's kind of curious what the story's about, it's called Amateur Stalker. So it's basically about a guy who he lives in like a tiny, absolutely boring as fuck town. So as a hobby, he gets into stalking people and stealing really inconvenient things like TV remotes, favorite pillows, favorite jackets, that type of thing. And it kind of just goes downhill from there. Because as someone who's like grown up in like one of those like really tiny like nothing towns, like I can sympathize with the idea of just being bored out of your total mind and having to like come up with like whatever you can do to like actually make it fun. Never got into stalking, for the record. Don't worry, I never got that bored. But no, like for anyone who's ever lived in one of those towns where there's just like nothing to do, like you totally understand that culture of like, yeah, it's just you have to basically like work hard to like make it entertaining. Or you're lucky and you actually have like decent internet access and you can actually make it fun. And that's pretty much like, you know, most of the people I knew in like the small rural towns that I lived in. The most of the community we had was the internet because that was like really all there could be in those types of towns. Hey, Ray said, "Okay, guys, I have to go. I have to eat breakfast. Please enjoy the rest of your day." All right.
Take care.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, it was nice to meet you too, Hair Raising. I'm looking forward to checking out your videos. But yeah, Fearsome, I think like after I release the video, by the way, I'm thinking about dropping it next Sunday. I think after that, yeah, I might actually consider like expanding on the story and having fun with it. And I will then have to harass you to do more voice acting. So,
oh no,
you know, if I do that, yeah, just get ready for the harassments.
And hello, Alternative Night, because I hadn't been here.
Oh, also update since like you left, Hair Raising has to leave for breakfast, which...
Jerk. I mean, it's Texas. He's gotta go have his Texas toast.
Gotta have the Texas toast. Gotta have like the 3 sides of meat. Yeah. I had the pleasure of even though I was born in Texas, I've only been to Texas like a handful of times, but I do love it. It's pretty great. I don't know if you've ever been to, I forget the name of this restaurant. I think it's called like the Big Texan or something, where I actually got to go to one of those restaurants where they have like the 72-ounce steak eating challenge. I've never done it because I don't think I can actually eat 72 ounces of steak. But basically it's like, yeah, if you could eat 72 ounces of steak in under an hour, your entire meal for the whole table you're at is free.
Oh my god.
Which, God, 72 ounces of steak in an hour is insane.
72 ounces of steak is insane. Let alone eat in an hour. Yeah, I totally just ticked off Raven. Accidentally on purpose, but it's the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear Texas. Triggered by toast. Can you imagine? I mean, I get where he's coming from, but anyways. I never got the whole, like, if you can eat all this food, you get it for free. And it's just like, bitch, you wonder why your people are fat and overweight? Insert all you can eat everywhere. Insert all, like, if you can eat this in so much time, we'll give you food for free. I could eat a 72 ounce of steak. Yeah, and he'd probably still have to put more protein powder on it. Tasteless protein powder. Look, I like Texas toast for like French toast. Friggin' amazing. It's one of the best. That and there's an Italian bread that you can buy that's really good for French toast. Rando's very upset about this whole electric truck thing. Yes, you have to eat all of Texas for breakfast. All of it.
Texas for bread. Yeah, that's. It's hard to. Yes, Texas has a flavor, and we made our bread taste like our state. Oh, I remember it. Yeah, I found the restaurant. It's called the Big Texan Steak Ranch. I drove through there one time, and I was really hungry after like driving for hours on end, and I saw this, the Big Texan, and I was like, this is the most like every stereotype you can ever think of Texas was just cram-packed into this building. It was insane. Like, it was such a glorious celebration of that type of culture, and I got to watch someone actually do the 72-ounce steak challenge. If you're shy, don't do it, because they will literally bring you on this little stage, and it's like, all right, fatty, we're gonna fucking make you eat the 72-ounce steak in front of everyone, and then they get on a microphone, and like the speakers are going all through the entire place, like, hey everyone, this guy's gonna eat the 72 ounces of steak, and yeah, it's intense. And the dude did it. It was really wild. I didn't expect him to do it. He was kind of like on the skinnier side, but he managed to like get it all done. I was like, fuck. But no, like they also like they have like endless bread, and they also, you know how like when you go to restaurants they have like those little butter cup things. Like there's like a little thing like maybe like handheld type of thing that has like little packets of butter. I don't know if that's the thing in Canada or whatever, but they had a bucket. They had a straight up like a whole, the size of a head bucket of butter packs, and I was like, oh my god, this is intense. Oh yeah, I love a really good barbecue as well. I love Darren Chad has a good point. Yeah, gamble all your money away, and then go there and eat for free. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm making everyone hungry.
You're making me hungry. I don't want a steak, but it's early in the morning, and I do not have steak and eggs. That's gross. Oh, barbecue sauce. I love barbecue sauce. And apparently Fearsome would like to be on here, even though she calls me 32 plus 10. Also, weird side tangent. If anyone out there that is a narrator who is looking for music, my best friend is back to being able to make music again. If you would like her information, message me and I can pass it on. (22 plus 20). I promised her I'd do little shout outs for her, because she didn't have the program for quite a while. She just got it back again, so now she can do it again. So happy.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, music is always like kind of one of the harder things about it, because I don't want to use the same song over and over and over again. That's something I try not to do.
Oh, I do use the same song over and over again.
Plus, like, oh god, what's that one guy? I never know how to say his name. Myuu? Mew? Is that how you say it?
I think it's Mew.
Yeah, like, that guy is carrying the team.
Oh, completely.
He is absolutely
100%. Oh my god, the amount of music I know of his that I did not know.
It's crazy. It really is.
I think I've only used his music once, and that was because I absolutely need a song by him. But all my stuff that I use is all by my best friend, because then it's unique and no one else has it. So you start hearing my music and you know it's me, and that's why I do it.
Yeah, I think the other thing I kind of have trouble with, so I typically use like Unsplash or whatever, or Pexel for images.
Yes, everyone uses that.
Yeah, I think trying to find like good sources for like creepy pictures or whatever for thumbnails, that's one of the harder ones I tend to find.
Yeah, for free anyways.
Yeah, for free, like.
I use a pay site now, so.
Oh damn, which one do you use?
It's called oh my god. See, I am a narrator, but I cannot say words. Innovator? Yeah, Innovator. Innovation. It's a good site. It's not cheap though. So, that's the only problem with it.
Alright, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's like if you look up like good sites or it's one of the first things that shows up. But yeah, they've got like tons of different stuff on it, so.
Raven, I'm really glad you spelled out the name. I would have butchered it left and right had I not had it spelled out like that. So
Raven, I wasn't gonna tell anyone that.
Just let me misspell innovator over and over again.
Over and over and over again. I was looking for the website to to get the thing. Hold on. This is the website. I just put it in the chat.
Oh, you never said elements. You didn't say elements was in the URL.
Well, if you had just like looked it up on Google, you would have found it with that.
No, this is cool actually. Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks for sharing this.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I typically use like from Pexel. I use like the same video over and over again. For like my 2 Sims 4 thing, where like I basically take like footage of fire, and I just put like a purple filter on top of it, and I just like loop it. I put words over it. It looks cool. I like the way it looks.
Look, I just use candles. But I change the background with every story, so you know it's a new story. Because I'm smart. Mainly because I like to make it visually able to tell that it's different. I'm dying. Don't worry, it's a slow deb. Yeah, so 2020, which is spelt 20 and then the numbers 20, has a ton of pictures on it that are really good too. Like, I started looking in there and I've been finding pictures that are way better quality than Unsplash and all that jazz. Basically, if you use Unsplash, you use like all the rest too. I find. Yeah,
also like I've noticed like every now and then I'll see like a new video pop up and like I was like, oh, I recognize that thumbnail. I used that like 3 months ago. It's like
Yeah. No, I've gotten that a lot too. I'm like, oh, I know that one. I had one where like they're the hands on the trees and stuff, but I also do a lot of editing now to my pictures, so they do look different as well, which helps. But yeah, no, I freaking see tons of pictures I use too.
Hands on the trees?
Yeah, I don't know how else to put it. It's trees with arms and stuff on them. Like people are holding on to the trees, or they're going to reach around them. It's really creepy looking, actually.
You mean like this? I just posted the video in the chat.
In our chat?
Yeah, or the YouTube chat.
Because you can't post links on YouTube.
Oh, I can't.
No,
I can't.
Because you're not admin. You're not a moderator.
Oh damn! Never mind. Yeah, I was trying to be funny. I I use that exact same image. I know exactly the one you're talking about. The one with the hands on the trees.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have used them. Hold
It's
on.
a creepy photo. It's really good.
Yes, let me look. With your purple filters. Yep, that's the exact one. The Internal Woods. That's the exact picture I'm
Yep.
talking about.
Yep.
I used it in... Hold on. I'm not 100% over being sick quite yet, but I'm much better than I was. Also, everyone hit that like button.
I guess I'll hit the like button. I'm having an okay time.
You're happy. Where did I use it recently? Hold on. Problem is with these 2-sentence horrors, they take up so much screen now. I know I just recently used it, I thought. Oh, here it is. All of you just got a quick little bit from my video, because I gotta copy the link. This one right here. I changed the picture quite a bit though. I think I also flipped it too, if I remember correctly.
Checking out the video now. I'm curious to see how you flipped it.
Well, it's just the thumbnail, so
Okay.
it might be easier if I did this actually. There.
It's all good. Yours isn't purple, so
No,
like,
it's not. No.
so it's fair game. We're good.
No, I did not make it purple. But yeah, no, I there's actually like another hand behind the word last too. That it's got the same effect. Look, I made their hands black and white. I thought it would be more creepy.
Which is a good idea. I mean, that photo's already pretty creepy as is.
Oh yeah, God yeah. That's why I saw it and I fell in love with it. I'm like, and I will use you one day. And then I've seen so many other people use it and I'm like, okay, this is a pity.
So one of the strategies I've been doing is that basically I've been taking photos of people, and aside from the purple filter, I will also what I'll do is I'll go into GIMP and I draw like black circles on their eyes, and then I use the spread or like smudge tool, and like I spread out the eyes or whatever, so that like it kind of looks kind of glitchy. That way I can take like these like family friendly photos or whatever and make them look like spooky and out of place.
Fair point. Make them look more creepy.
Like one of my favorite ones I did was I've started doing comps. I've really enjoyed like just taking like stories that kind of have like a general theme and just like adding them all together as opposed to just having one story per video. And I found one for I found like a nice like family photo where it's like a mom, dad, and like 2 kids type of thing, and I just made their faces look all smudged and gross. I'm so glad Kowai is here. I miss y'all too. Like, I feel bad because, like, I wish I could, like, spend, like, way more time in, like, the creepypasta community that I do. I genuinely try my best to, like, stay in touch with everyone and release content as much as possible. But at the same time, like, sometimes, like, real life can get in the way.
Sometimes? All the time?
Yeah, sometimes, I know. Yeah, I know, right?
There's no sometimes. It's like all the time. It's like, no, real life, stop it. I don't want to have a real life right now. I want to have my online life.
Yeah, I want to go on the internet and be spooky.
Can I be spooky? Come on, like, be spooky.
I'm a spooky dude. I want to be spooky on the internet with my spooky friends.
You backstab everyone.
I know, right? Which reminds me, I'm really glad that like the narrators, we have our little like let's play video games like once a month type of thing.
Yeah,
with,
it's been off and on. Like, I meant to live stream last night, but when I got home, I couldn't even move. I was so exhausted from work. Physically and mentally. I'm still hurt today. By the way, pots are really heavy, and when you move a lot of them, they're even more heavier.
Oh god, were you like you having to move a whole bunch of kitchenware or something?
No, sorry. Planter pots. Not pots and pans.
Planter pot. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I work in a hardware store, and I had to reset 2 bays, and literally everything moved. There is not one thing that didn't move.
Oh god, that sucks.
Oh, it did. And I was like so hurt at the end, and I'm like, I can't move. And my poor boss, like, I had to cut some corners because my boss really needed to take the picture for his boss. And I'm like, oh my god. So I like moved a lot faster than I should have, and I hurt myself. I'm like, god damn it. Apparently Fearsome was 30 seconds behind. Get ahead. Somehow. I don't know how you can get ahead. Get ahead of the live stream. Know what we're gonna say before we even know it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm weird.
Yeah, if you don't know everything we're about to say, like 30 seconds ahead, like y'all could just like, come on.
Get out of here. What you even doing?
Not being able to predict the fucking future. Come on. Which, by the way, thank you so much for inviting me on this. This is actually a lot of fun. I don't really do a whole lot of like live streaming like this, so I'm actually really enjoying this.
I'm happy. Happy you enjoyed it. We're actually almost at the end too, because I only go for 2 hours.
Oh dang, time has really flown by. We have been bullshitting for 2 hours.
I know. When friggin' Stormy was on here, we were saying. Not singing, saying songs to each other. It was quite amusing. Just, I don't ever have a structure to any of this because I don't see a point. Also, I finally know what Derringer's voice sounds like. Was not what I was expecting.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard Derringer's voice, so I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, his actual channel, he has actual videos on it, like someone who actually does YouTube, which is weird. Because he's not a YouTuber. He's just some random guy.
Kowai, I can't believe you said that. Yeah. That's what I'm going to say 30 seconds from now. It has to be said. Sorry.
You have to deal with it.
I said what I said.
I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Yeah, it's always nice, like, to see behind the personas we put out for our narrations, because, I mean, as much as we try to put ourselves into it, it's still a little bit of a front, while these are a little more the actual person. Sorry, planes are going overhead again. I live in a city. I can't do anything about it. I live right next to the airport, too, which does not help the situation.
Oh god, you're a voice actor who lives next to an airport? That fucking sucks. That sucks so hard. Oh my god.
Truth be told, the window's open. If the window wasn't open, it's not so bad for the most part. And, you know, it's been COVID, so there hasn't been as much airplane, so it hasn't been so bad. But I am going to try to move us somewhere a little bit further away from the airport. But to be fair, at work, which is 20 minutes away for a drive from where I am, I still hear the airplanes going overhead.
I live near, so I don't live near an airplane area, but I do live like next to a park. Oh. And now that things are opening up, like every now and then, like a bunch of little shitlins will be running around like playing baseball, like yelling and whatnot.
I can just, and then he came into the room. Oh my god, kid, don't laugh like that.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. No, the freakiest moment, so a couple of days ago, randomly at night, and when I'm talking, when I say night, I mean like it was 2 a.m. And the park that I live next to, like, there's like no like outdoor lights. It's just completely pitch black at night. And someone was playing the new Kanye West album, and it was that one song where he was like floating in the sky or whatever, like, he does miracles on me.
Oh
And
God.
there's something so creepy. I walked outside to kind of chill. It's 2 in the morning, and I just hear that song like echoing through the park. Like someone was just blasting it on their phone at like 2 in the morning, and I was like, this is weirdly creepy, and it's really weird to be creeped out by a Kanye West song. But
It sounds like a creepy It sounds like a creepy song.
as far as like, yeah, like it is a little creepy. Like I think the keyboards kind of hit in a sort of a like, if you grew up in church type of thing, and you kind of like get like flashbacks from growing up in church.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
So
So PA came in and said, KY jelly.
son of a goddamn bitch. Was waiting for it.
I was waiting for it too. I actually thought PA would wake up a little bit sooner than this, but I guess not. Hey PA, KY jelly, aka Kowai, is here.
I love the fact that he did that like 2 hours later, because that was literally like the first 2 minutes we brought up PA and his new name for me.
Yeah, we did.
Like total like delayed response. I love it.
Anyone who's been listening this whole time. Also, this does go on to my podcast now, but I'm doing all the backlog, so this won't be up on my podcast for a while. But every Friday, instead of doing a story, in the end, it's going to be last Saturday's live stream on there, so they get some content. Sadly, I haven't been doing as much for the podcast as I should. So, like, I've got, like, TikTok, so the 2-sentence horrors, and that's all it gets right now. And then YouTube gets everything. Absolutely everything, pretty much. But then again, they let me live stream before 1,000 subscribers. Well, TikTok doesn't. You can't live stream until you're up to 1,000 subscribers. Or followers, as they call it.
Yeah, and I think like with TikTok, it's a bit, the 2-sentence horror story thing makes sense because like, I know like they did increase their video volume to like 3 minutes,
Yeah.
which is cool. Like I appreciate that, but even then, like even like most like short horror stories are a little bit beyond like the 3 minutes of talking. So
God, yeah. To do a proper one, you gotta do some building, right? So it's hard to find a story that's that short. Like, there's some true stories that I could do that are super short, that are about those 3 minutes. Actually, I did 2. The one that I just did, 2 of those stories are just over a minute long. I could put those on. I should put those on. Maybe I'll cue those up. So, but yeah, no, it's funny because I'm just like, yeah, no, this isn't for narration. Not really. But there is a subreddit called Short Scary Stories, not just scary stories, and they have to be under 500 words. So they're super, super short.
Oh yeah, that's actually one of the more common ones I go to. Like,
Yeah.
I love that one particularly because like I specifically go for short stories like that.
You should look up Sugar Sode. I'll send you his username later.
That would be helpful. Yeah,
He's a really good author, actually. It's most of my 2-sentence. Actually, you probably have narrated since you've done some of the best of the months. He gets a lot of them. Like, he's been on there a ton. And then I found out afterwards, Amir or whatever. I can't remember his name right now. He's actually a moderator on 2-sentence horrors, and I've been talking to him for quite a while. And I was like, oh. Well, luckily I'm a good person, so I don't have to worry about what I was saying.
No, definitely send them my way. I'll be happy to check them out.
Yeah, they're both really nice guys. I've done one of Just stories too, so. There's a lot of really good authors out there. It's funny from being in this smaller community that 2-sentence is for people who post constantly. I'm getting to the point where I know them all because I have to come in every week and like, hey, can I use your stories? Because I gotta put 7 of these videos out and I need 2 per video minimum. Sometimes I need 3 if they're really short. So it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. I'm really enjoying reading them and putting them together and stuff.
Yeah, like doing this is so much fun. Like it can be a lot of work, and especially like there's all. I think it's just it can be tough at times, you know, because like you gotta dig through Reddit or whatever sources you use. Then you have to find pictures that are actually worth a damn, edit them, and then if you're like me and you like to go the extra mile, and you like to actually add like the text on the screen. Like that's just more editing. Like it can be really time consuming. Like and it's hard to wrap your head around that because it's like it's a 5-minute video. Like how long can 5 or 10-minute video actually take?
Oh god. So start to finish, my 20-minute videos, which are my average, take me probably about 14 hours to make.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And my 2-sentence horrors, it takes me about an hour to record all the audio that I need, and then putting the videos together take another hour at least, if not 2. But there's some downtime in there too where I can do other stuff while I'm waiting for it to finish. But and then I have a pre-made template that I just use, so PA is half PA, you're a mod for half the community. This is true. PA, oh my god, can YouTube stop reminding me I'm a mod every 2 minutes? For some reason it's glitched whenever he watches one of my live streams now. It's like, do you know you're a mod now? 2 minutes later, do you know you're a mod now?
Do you know that you're a mod now?
Do you know you're a mod now?
Do you?
Do you know?
So, yeah. Sorry, I'm having trouble with my the push to talk thing. I keep forgetting that I have to keep holding it down.
This is why I don't do push to talk. I just do talk.
I do it because I don't know, knowing my luck, someone would run into my room and say something embarrassing, or like my girlfriend would run in and just scream something. I'm like, we're live streaming to a whole bunch of people. Don't say that. I don't know. But speaking of the devil, hey, sweetheart. Sorry, I'm live streaming. Yeah, I was. My girlfriend just yelled, "Are you talking shit on live stream?" Like a little bit.
Kind of, but not really. I'm not wearing any pants. That's the only thing I think of. Someone coming in and yelling.
Yeah, I could see it. Like, boy, put on some pants. I could definitely see something like that happening to me. I was like, I am wearing pants. God.
No, you're not.
All your little friends, all your little spooky friends know you're a fucking liar.
All your spooky friends now know that you don't wear pants when you narrate. They will never get that image out of their head.
Just picture my icon, but with no fucking pants. Ugh.
Well, we should call it here. We are past the 2-hour mark, and I'm also very hungry after the steak talking.
Yeah, I mean, we could go on, but I don't think anyone wants to hear us eating. Just right into the mic. No one wants that.
No, I think Fearsome actually has problems with hearing people eat, to be honest.
Yo, me too. It makes me feel like my skin is going to fall off. It is unbearable. I've gotten better with it. It used to be so bad I had to leave the room because some people would just chew too loud or whatever, but now I can mostly handle it, but still it kind of sucks.
My husband used to be like that. He's gotten a bit better with it. Problem is, my nose doesn't exactly work properly, so I actually have to breathe through my mouth a little bit. So, especially right now since I'm sick, my nose isn't working. I can't really breathe through it. So, right now I'm a bit of a mouth breather, and there's always been something wrong with my nose, so I've always had colds. Found out I was allergic to dogs, so or cats, so my nose never worked.
No, that would be a really good premise for a horror story. A guy just locked in a room, and they're just people eating everywhere. And they're just
you narrate it though.
the food just gets worse as the story goes on. It just like goes from like just regular steak, just full on sloppy Joe, and it just gets worse and worse.
So guys, tune in to Kawai's next story. It will be about a guy locked in a room as people eat. No sound effects though.
Yeah, just straight up mouth chewing. Like, and not even like regular up and down chewing. Like my mouth will be like doing the circle thing like a cow. Just be the worst.
For your viewing pleasure or displeasure, whichever you like.
I'll tell you, like that story is not going to happen. I'll tell you why. Because I'd have to check the audio to see how it sounds, and then I would just delete the whole fucking file. And it's like, nope, we're done. We are done with this shit.
I am not doing this.
Fearsome, I'll skip. Respectfully, I agree. I'll skip too. I'll skip the whole idea. We're done.
See, and I wouldn't do the sound effects. I would just do describing how it made the person feel. Because to me, one, it helps people who don't like the noises sounds make, but it would be a cool way to also bring light to how that actually makes people who don't like it, like how when they cringe and stuff, how they feel. Just bring light to things. I mean, I've done it before. I literally did a story about walking corpse syndrome, which is a thing.
Walking corpse syndrome?
Yep. It's when you wake up and you say, I'm dead. And you know, to your greatest being, you died last night. But you're not dead. You're alive. You're still moving. You're still talking. You're still walking. It's super duper rare. And basically, the only thing they can do is wait it out, because sooner or later, your mind will come back to realizing you actually are alive. But you want to be put in the ground. The fact that you were above ground is wrong, and you know, people need to have a funeral for you because you died. Like, full on. Like, it is hard. The only thing they had, because recently they had it, and something was weird about the MRI. I can't remember what it was now, but there was something different about the MRI. So
that never happened. I've never had that happen to me, because that just sounds like a really specific like syndrome thing. Like, I don't have that. That's really crazy. I need to look into that. But the closest thing I actually experienced to that, I got food poisoning like about 2 months back.
Oof.
And I was just awake. I had to be awake for like hours because I had to go to the hospital because of it. And what ended up happening, all the medicine I had to take and like how out of it I was, how dehydrated, I got really confused. And in a dream, I kept like waking up and like having like this weird dream where there were all these people that were about 3 inches tall, and they were building an entire like megaplex city around my body as I was sleeping in bed. Like, there was like a mini mall, there was a roller coaster, there was like a business district, like all built around my body, and there's all these little characters running around. My girlfriend woke me up, like, you know, saw that I woke up to make sure I was good. And for like a solid 30 seconds, I was really stressing out with her. I was like, no, sweetheart, I'm the mayor of this city. I have to fix everything. And she's like, what? Like, no, like the roller coasters aren't being built the way they need to be built. Like, I gotta help these people. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, wait. And then I started realizing slowly, while like totally dehydrated and hopped up on medicine, I was like, wait, 3-inch people don't exist. That's not a thing. I'm not a mayor. I've never been a mayor, and I probably will never be a mayor. So that was the closest thing I ever experienced to that. I feel like the my experience was less stressful. I don't know what would be more stressful, being dead or being a mayor. What is more stressful? I don't know.
Being a mayor. Because
Yeah,
they're not stressed out about it. They're just telling you, matter of fact, they are dead. Put them in the ground. That's it.
And I love how you describe that. Like, just like, yeah, I'm dead. You know, you obviously have things you got to do. Like, you got some paperwork you got to take care of.
Yeah.
Would really appreciate it if you go ahead and do that.
So I did some research on some other cases. I changed a couple things because each ones are take care PA. Each one is different. Each case has been a little bit different. So I had wiggle room, but I also kind of wanted to bring to light, because I actually said it was the real symptom name and everything, which is I can't remember the name of it right now.
Quarters.
Carnhard syndrome or something. It's named after the doctor who found it, not the patient, which is kind of...
It's hard to pronounce, like Cotard's syndrome, I think is how it's pronounced.
Cotard syndrome. Cotard syndrome. It's the name of the guy. It's, like I said, super rare. The only thing they could do was basically a psychologist. So yeah, I just Raven read it first before I even did. Because I wrote it and then I gave it to Raven right away. I was like, here's a story for you to read. So I wasn't allowed to touch it till he did. But yeah, it's called Happy Death Day.
Oh.
Because I couldn't think of anything that worked really well.
Good title.
Yeah, it was actually really good. It was, he woke up in the bed. It was like, oh yeah, I'm dead. Like, the doctor's like, what? So.
Yeah, I remember reading a book about, like, I think it was called, like, something of the fractured mind, where it's by this doctor who basically, like, reviewed people who kind of lived normal lives, but their brains were broken. And the wildest story in that book was he was talking about how, you know, he was checking all of his, like, his joints or whatnot. So he had him, you know, take off his shoes, kind of, you know, check, like, how his knees are doing. And, you know, everything was fine. He walks out the room and comes back in, and his shoes are still off. He's like, well, why didn't you put your shoes back on? He's like, but my shoes are on. And no, my shoes are not on. Your shoes are over there. And this guy looked at the doctor and said, no, my feet are over there, and my shoes are right here. And are, like, on my body. And I thought that was, like, the craziest thing. Because he just said it so, like...
Matter of factly.
Yeah, like, yeah, my feet are off of my body, but my shoes are on my body. That's where they go. It was just like, man, it was a crazy book. I wish I could remember the name of it.
Yeah, brains are really weird and very easy to mess up. It doesn't take much.
True.
But on that note, guys, I hope you have a good day.
I'm gonna try to end on a happy note. Goddamn.
No happy notes. We do horror.
Real quick, Fearsome, if you do write stories like that, send them my way. I want to check them out. But no, just a quick little note there because that's all she posted. I was like, oh shit, I want to read those. But yeah. This was fun. I'm glad I did this. I've never really done like a live stream like this before. I've always kind of want to dip my toes into it, so I really appreciate you like kind of letting me experiment on your platform.
You're welcome. And thank you so much for joining me. I actually still have like 2 open spots I have to fill, so for next month.
Oh man, I need to get some people who harass you so they can join your chat. We need to do that.
Oh, y'all know where I live, like everywhere. I'm all over every internet, everywhere.
Yeah, with all the personalities you got, like pick one of them and hit her up.
Yeah. Don't with 482. She might just kidnap you and inform you that you were on the live stream now.
Yeah, don't talk to the Yandere personality. Talk to the
242. Yeah, it's funny.
Well, cool.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course, and if anyone wants to harass me on Twitter, that's usually where I am. I'm either on Twitter or YouTube, whichever or. Yeah,
sadly YouTube got rid of the private messaging feature they used to have, but apparently no one used it, so.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, that's a shame. It doesn't really work that well, so it's all good.
Yeah, it wasn't their main focus, so they probably had problems with it. All right, have a good day, guys. Take care.
See ya.
And I think most people are creative in one way or the other. A lot of people feel like they have a book in them, or they have a song in them, or they have a TV show idea. And you can sit around and talk about that all you want. But until it is actually reality, it doesn't count. I mean, when I was younger, I don't know how many songs I half wrote, but never quite finished, and never finished recording, or never even started recording. And no one knows that those songs existed. So it kind of doesn't count until you finish it and then put it out into the world. Now, I'm not saying put crap out into the world, but there comes a time when finishing and moving on, I think, is vital. Otherwise, you're just holding on to all of these old works. And I think if you want to grow as any sort of creative person, you need to finish things. That cliche of art is not finished, it's abandoned. Yes, it can always be better. But you have to finish and you have to put it out, because otherwise you're just the guy talking about your art and you're not the guy doing it. You get better by doing it, finishing it, learning from that process, and moving on to the next thing.